Hi everyone, welcome to another analysis video. Today I would like to look at Billie Eilish's live performance version of When the Party's Over. Hi, if you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I'm a professional singer and vocal coach from Germany, and I just love looking at other singers and just sharing with you how they achieve the sound that they have on a technical level. So let's look at Billie Eilish. I love that song. My daughter is a fan of Billie Eilish, and although it's maybe, it's just really special. It's just something that is different. Let's just say it's really different. She has her style and she makes no excuses for having her style. I love that. She's so unapologetically real and authentic that, well, let's look into her technical singing and how she does things vocally.
Don't you know I'm no good for you?
Okay, let's talk about how low this is. This actually goes down to E3. It's quite low for a female voice, but she gets this so nicely. It has this feeling of intimacy because it's low and it's also very soft. When you work with a mic, there's a lot you can do. It's a whole different thing than working without a mic because you can get so soft and you can hear the breathiness in her voice. She barely needs any vocal cord closure to achieve this really soft, low tone. And although E3 is quite low, if you just barely have to touch the pitch, it's very doable. But she has impeccable control, so that is really good. It's hard to sing that low for her voice type. This is low and this is so low. This is low, quite low. So you don't want to lean on the pitch. You want to take it very lightly, and that's what she's doing, and that's how she's getting that nice sound. Her vibrato, I actually like her vibrato. She has not too wobbly, not too wide, and she actually has really good control over her vibrato.
I've learned to lose, you can't afford to.
I love how she gets, can't afford to. That is really shows me that she's supporting and she has great phrasing. I think musically, the way she goes from one pitch to the next, it has consistency. It really has a connection. It really gets across the point. And coincidentally, she's singing it. This is ideally the case when you see that the singer is not struggling. I love her vibrato. I love she takes deep breaths. She takes her time. Kind of hard to understand her words sometimes, but it's her style. And because it is so intimate, it draws you in and you almost can't help but focus so much on the words that she's singing because it's not just blasting out into the open. She has kind of very small spaces, but yet she still has good resonance because she doesn't really fully close her pharyngeal space. She may not use her lips and tongues a lot and not move a lot to where, like a musical theater singer, for example, just really get it out in the open, over-exaggerating almost. She really gets very small, but she still has nice resonance.
Tore my shirt to stop you bleeding.
I love how she goes into the falsetto on top. It's very soft, not too breathy. This is, I think this should be a C sharp by now. Da, 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 da. So she gets into a mix. She starts, well, you can't really define it. It's not really full out thyroid engaged chest voice because it is not strong. She always stays in an area of her voice where, it's the vocal cord closure is not too tight, not too tense. So there's not a lot of subglottal compression, but she doesn't need this because she's not really blasting it out yet. But let's just continue to look through it and always listen for what are the vocal cords doing. Is it a little breathy sound, which means it's looser? Is it a little stronger? She does play with it somewhat. Nice breath. In the actual studio version, she goes up to E5, It's not that she can't get up there. She is emotional, and you're about to be able to see that is just all performance. She is an amazing performer. That is just, you know, like, she still has amazing vocal control, and she puts so much emotion into all of her songs and all of her performances. It really draws people in, and that's the reason why I think she has so many fans. It's just different. She's so authentic, and she draws you in. You know, it really expresses how when you are in the midst of despair and your heart is hurting so much, you know, you're in that place of you want to cry. She sounds like she is definitely crying, but she still has the vocal control, and that's pretty amazing, I think.
I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
Now I like that. Now she gets a little bit more into full chest voice, but on the top, she still kind of is in a mix. I could lie, say I like it like that, I like it like that. So she gets a little bit more full here. And I love that phrase because it's almost like you're having to listen a few times until you understand. I could lie, say I like it like that. I could lie, say I like it like that. I don't know, it's really interesting wording, and I know her brother does a lot of the lyrics, and he actually wrote the song. And I love the lyrics because it really expresses so much the feeling here. It's like, I could lie, say I like it like that, I like it like that. And then she slides down, which once more expresses the weepiness.
Like it like that. Don't you know too much already?
And that is so hard to go way down there again. Already.
I'll only hurt you if you let me.
See, again, that's her signature. Let me. She does a nice fast vibrato, and she gets off. Nice phrasing, really.
Call me friend, but keep me closer.
And she already gets into a mix. Keep me, still in chest voice, keep me close, a little mixy, closer. And then just back off a little bit more, a little looser vocal cords. And then it is much easier to get those pitches because you don't really have to push a lot. It's much easier like that.
And I'll call you
Oh, and then she's like, over. That's where she wanted to go. But yeah, I think, you know, even in this live performance, she says in one of the videos that where she talks about the song and how it came into existence and how she recorded it, that it spans like 2-3 octaves. Well, it's exactly 2 octaves. That is between E3 and E5. Do you hear how she's almost weeping, but she is keeping her support? Because there's no way you can have vocal control if you let that go. Here's the thing, when you weep and when you really just express that, it's almost like you want to use your core. You automatically do that. It's like, I am so hurting. I am so hurting. I'm almost crying. I could sing like that. Oh yeah. And she still has really nice and even vibrato.
and I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
Even more full chest voice now. And I could lie, say I like it like that, I like it like that. Even fuller. And then she has the nice timbre. It's really amazing because you may think, you know, she may not be doing a lot with her lips, like in the front of her mouth. But further in the back, she's not really nasal. So that shows you once more how, even for closed vowels, as long as you keep the pharyngeal space back here, you can play with that to where the resonance is always still there. Even if you have a nasal sound like a n or a m, you can still have openness back here in the pharyngeal space. And that's what I always preach. You can still have the resonance and be very intimate. You don't have to see singers do this and dislocate the jaw. It doesn't have to be that way. Nice breath. I love how she does the decrescendo and actually puts the vibrato on that, like it like that. And then she kind of, in the decrescendo, that's when she actually puts in the vibrato. And it's never overbearing, the vibrato. It's kind of nice and pleasant.
But nothing is better.
And now she gets into this really soft, and see how she works with the microphone. She puts it really close again. Now she doesn't really have to push it. It's that intimate feeling again of not having tight vocal cord closure, a little bit of breathiness, but still a steady support and airstream.
Sometimes, once we've both said our goodbye,
Chest voice.
let's just let it go.
Full chest voice here.
Let me let you.
She's backing off. Always the sliding.
Right when I'm coming home, and I'm on my own.
Hardly really singing out loud.
I could lie, say I
Mix.
like it like that, like it like that.
Chest. Okay, now she actually went really back and forth. And I could say I like it like that, I like it like that. So you can play with it. It's a very fluent transition between tighter vocal cord closure, looser vocal cord closure, more breathiness, less breathiness. A little bit more just hissing sound of the breath, of the air, and more brilliance and ring in the voice. So I love how she performs this song. It is so emotional, and she achieves this emotional connection with her audience by really drawing them in and not singing out loud. Sometimes singing beautifully and just softly and low can be amazing. So don't have the feeling that you always have to sing loud and high. So Billie Eilish is the perfect example for being a singer who's just very polarizing. It's almost mesmerizing the way she performs, especially when she does her live performances. She has these ideas and it is so authentic, and that's what draws people in. And you don't have to be a singer who just belts out high and is amazing on the high pitches. You can be an amazing singer not hanging out on the high stuff all the time. There are countless examples, and Billie Eilish being one of them. I just want to show you how if you really capitalize on finding what your strength is in your voice, don't try to imitate someone, don't even try to imitate Billie Eilish. There's something awesome about your voice, and you have to find what that is. What is your strength? What is your thing that makes you really authentic? If you could do more of that. And of course, writing your own songs makes it a lot easier to sing songs that really suit your voice. Singing covers is always a compromise because, of course, if you sing a cover, you know, that's originally performed by someone who has a completely different voice type from yours, that could be a struggle just because of the fact that it doesn't really support what your voice does best naturally. So I just want to give you some motivation. It's not always about the high and loud and amazing belting. There's a lot more you can do musically, and it's really essentially about bringing a message across and touching someone. Thank you for watching. If you want to dive deeper and just brush up on your own singing technique, check out on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. I have a free 5-day belting challenge. I also have a free 7 days to perfect support course. So support, like Billie Eilish, it's really important to have that support and breathing mechanism down in order to control your voice better. I also have a book, Master Your Voice, on Amazon. It's also available as an audiobook. You can download it from my website, and it's gonna give you tons of motivation and insights into the life of a singer. Have a great day. I hope to see you next time, and until then, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing.
Makes me feel sad for the rest. I'm being gay and reckless. Anything is possible.